You know what that sound means? It's time for another episode of Game for a Movie, where we ask, are you game for a movie? I am your host, Mike. I am joined by
Andre
and Jill.
Yes. It's just become fun now where I don't tell you ahead of time. We just guess who's going in what order.
Throw us into the void.
I just gotta take the initiative, you know?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's perfect. I love it.
I mean, it works out that we seldom talk over each other. So
Yeah. It is a bad movie episode, which means we are focused on a bad movie. Of course, that also means we've got drinks because we're going to need it to talk about this one coming up. Andre, it is your bad movie, so we're going to save you for last to tell us what you're drinking.
Okay.
Jill, what do you got over there?
I'm not currently drinking anything, but I will say I had two very good drinks last night at a really great cocktail lounge in Middletown, Connecticut called Conspiracy. So if you are local to Connecticut, hello and welcome. This is a boring ass state, but Conspiracy is a great little cocktail lounge worth visiting. They have a really cool book with photographs, and they know how to make a mean drink.
Yeah.
So thumbs up to Conspiracy.
What did you guys have? Because Claire and I went there Friday night. You guys went Saturday.
Well, yeah, you sent us the pictures, and I'm like, well, I guess we're going there this weekend.
Yeah.
So
I had a mezcal-based drink called the High Garden. That's how I started the night. And then my second drink was called Her Majesty or Her Highness. That included Her Majesty. That had Empress gin. So that was gin-based.
Yeah. Claire had one of those. So.
Yeah. Let's see. I flip-flopped a lot. I ended up getting the After Eight Old Fashioned, which was like a cognac-based drink and with some Branca Menta, right? Yeah. So basically the whole riff was that it's supposed to be like an after dinner like mint, and they even serve it with, and there's a giant sprig of mint in there, and they serve it with a little chocolate mint afterwards, and it basically tasted exactly like that. It was kind of wild.
It was really good.
Yeah. Yep. And then the other one I had was a chartreuse Ramos, which is like a riff off of the Ramos Gin Fizz. It's got the column of foam. It was really refreshing. It was great. Definitely have to go back there and get more drinks from them.
Yes, I agree with that.
Let's see. Mike, what are you drinking right now?
So Claire went home to Cincinnati, brought some beer back. So from Mad Tree Brewing, which was where our rehearsal dinner was.
I get emails from them still.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's nice.
The Tree Search number 8 India Pale Ale. It's their experimental, so I think this is number 8 of it. It's cool because they got on the side what's in it. So it's London Fog yeast, Pilsen white wheat, and oat flake malts, and then Amarillo Cryo Cascade, Mosaic Cryo, and Cryo Pop hops.
Interesting. London Fog yeast.
Yeah.
I know what that is.
I know, right? It's actually really good though. Limited release IPA found exclusively at independent bottle shops and restaurants, and of course at the brewery itself, I'm sure. So yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I love Mad Tree. I think it's very good. They have a bunch of different stuff, so I was really glad she could bring this.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah. All right, Andre, what are you drinking to get your mind off of this movie?
Well, I needed to indulge a little bit, so I grabbed this S'mores Cannoli beer from Shabeen Brewing Company it's a local Connecticut brewery. I'm trying to find the spot. Wolcott, Connecticut. Well, Wolcott, yeah.
Wolcott.
Okay.
Like the Wolcott sisters.
Really? Okay. Sure.
That's how I say it.
See, I thought they said Wolcott.
I don't know. Maybe you're saying it as like I'm a New Yorker. I'm gonna say it however I want to say
we're both terrible nutmeggers, I guess.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Either way, this is a malt beverage made with cocoa spices and natural flavors. It does taste like a cannoli, a s'mores cannoli. So it's what it says on the tin, and it's pretty good. And it's longer I need to get through this. So yeah
right. Well, that is what we are drinking. As for what we are watching, Andre, would you like to let us know what bad movie you decided to pick?
That's right. So we decided to go with one that was from one of the worst movies of 2021. It's the science fiction epic starring Bruce Willis and Frank Grillo. It is Cosmic Sin.
Cosmic
Whew.
sin.
And
I
Sitting
love that
at
you use the word-
3% on Rotten Tomatoes right now, I believe.
we did take a drink for when the title dropped because this film definitely was not going to waste that
It is
opportunity.
definitely a sin. Yeah.
Oh, so it has some roll credit scenes?
It has one. I
Yep.
mean, you know what? To be honest, like after the first 10 minutes, I could have rolled credits and been like, great short film, lovely thought exercise. Let's move on.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Well,
that's
like
amazing.
this movie tries to have its kind of Battlestar Galactica opening of like where like they try to do the world building with like the dark text and then random scenes and stuff, and none of it really works. It tries to set up a lot of stakes and it just kind of all falls flat. I'm trying to think of what was even the text. Oh, let's see. Okay,
it was there's actually a bit of a timeline to
yes, so they tried to
at the
set the whole
beginning
entire
of the movie.
timeline, right? So okay, I'm pulling up the Wikipedia page because I just need to cheat. That's fine. Yes, all right. So in 2031, the first colony of Mars is founded, and then 10 years later, the Alliance forms a quantum propulsion technology that allows humans to travel beyond the solar system.
Very optimistic timelines here.
Yes,
Very.
yes. So 2042, so 30 years from now, we go past the solar system. You know,
it's not even 30. Fine. It's 20 years.
20.
From now.
Jesus, tap dancing.
Yeah,
Christ.
Tesla, Elon Musk really like puts the nose to the grindstone on
that.
this.
Yeah, apparently. Jesus.
And then,
all right, so we're gonna be on Mars in 10 years. Okay.
Yeah, Mars in 10 years, outside of solar system travel by 20, and then we jump all the way to 200 years later. The Mars colony fails, and then the Alliance has 3 colonies: Earth, Zafti, and Allura. What are these 2 other worlds? We don't really know. We don't. Really care.
And also, I forgot that the Mars colony fails. That sounds. I hope that sounds interesting to you. Forget about it. It never comes up again.
There's no that Mars colony is not brought up at all, and it is not relevant at all. The Mars colony just didn't have to happen. It's fine. Let's see. In 2059, there's a civil war, and Zafti attempts to secede. This is all just from text, right? Like,
wait, 2059?
Yeah, 2059. We're about 40 years out from Halo by now.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's when Bruce Willis, he drops a quantum bomb on the rebel colony, and that's basically like he nuked the whole entire planet, killing 70 million people, and because of that, he was dishonorably discharged from the Alliance. So
just dishonorably discharged, not thrown in prison. For the rest
of
he's
known, and he gets known as the Blood General. That's his moniker.
I do appreciate that of the very little homework this movie does to make like its believable world. I appreciate that, at least in this context, the government or military recognize that like somebody had to be the fall guy. It's Bruce Willis, but we're not going to make him like go sit in jail. But you know, his reputation will forever be known as the Blood General.
We've got to make him tarnished somehow.
Yeah, we got to make him a broken man.
So that's all the window dressing. That's all the just scene, like random flashes of footage and white text that doesn't really kind of establish anything at all. I don't really know. Whatever. Bruce Willis is a bad man who killed a lot of people, but he's gritty and got the job done.
He's a bad man.
He's a very bad man.
And then we cut to this mining corp. Where are we at? We're at 25, 24 now.
We jump really far.
Yeah.
To me,
wait a minute. Wait. Oh, no. Yeah, 5 years later. Okay, it's 5 years out from that. I'm bad at my timeline. Okay, so 5 years later after the Q bomb drops.
Okay. All right. Keep going.
You're already confused. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Keep going.
We just cut to a random rock planet thing.
Rock planet.
Well, you know, like it looks like the moon or whatever, right? At least as far as
generic planet.
Like generic planet that where there's a mining corporation, mining stuff, and then there's two like mining crew members that are trying to get it on, and the guy's like, oh, there's nobody here, whatever. Who are you worried about it? Blah, blah, whatever. And what was it? And then aliens show up. Basically the off screen, the guy gets killed by an alien. And apparently that's the first contact for an alien encounter. Humanity has reached beyond the solar system, but in 500 years, we have not encountered any aliens before.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. But there's also something that makes me laugh about this whole experience because somebody on Twitter the other day posted something about aliens may not be as fuckable as we once thought. That was the article.
Who thought aliens was fuckable to begin with?
Like, what?
That's what made me laugh about it. It's just for whatever reason, these people wanting to get it on, all of a sudden alien out of nowhere. That's where my mind went.
Well, not everything can be Mass Effect where you get to fuck all the aliens. So
Okay. I'm gonna stop talking.
I like to think of whatever that crew is doing there. They're basically like planet crackers from Dead Space.
Yeah, right. They're supposed to be like planet crackers. Well, like, we
don't even know what they're really doing there. Let's be
whatever.
honest.
It's fine. They're workers. They're whatever. And then so they contact Earth and they say the captain, the woman, like contacts Earth and says, we've reached first contact. Like, was it positive? Was it negative? Was it positive or negative? And then
nothing.
And you just hear that is screaming, and then it cuts off the static or whatever.
Course.
And so then we jump back to Earth, and then we see we see Bruce Willis and his friend. What is his friend's name?
Who cares? Who cares? His friend was like introduced and we're like, wait, does he actually know Bruce Willis, or is this like a joke?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of whatever. It's fine. They're at a bar on Earth. I don't think they specify where Earth.
No,
where on
it's
Earth
a very generic. It's Canada.
But that's the thing. Yeah, it might as well be Canada or something. It looks.
No,
like
it's
Canada.
Texas. It's Texas.
Oh,
remember? Because I was
Texas.
joking about only Texas because they're like, we're gonna go like do what we need to do. Yeehaw!
Right.
Like,
so
only
this
Texas.
bar. So you would think in the year 2550 something, right? Or 2524, you would think that the Earth looks pretty different by now, right? Like, probably have at least like, somewhat of a culture shift, right? I mean, the Earth looks way different than it did 500 years ago, right? So 500 years forward, you'd think it'd look a little, different, maybe things wouldn't be like they're used to or something. No, it's just a fucking bar, man. Like, it just looks like a normal ass bar, except the bartender is a robot. And it's a bad like animatronic robot. And hey, I love animatronics. I think Mos Eisley, that whole entire setup looks great, and I think it still looks great to this day. This is not that. It looks bad. And that's the only thing you can tell is that this is in the future. Is because the bartender's a robot with a little holographic smiley face and a holographic sad face, slinging out drinks.
Derpity derp derp.
I mean, I guess this is actually a very, very dark window into our future because like these robot bartender things are so crazy now. You know what I mean? You're getting those Keurigs for your cocktails now, right?
Yeah.
So I guess you're right. I guess it's realistic then. So I take all.
What year are we in?
24 is where we're at right now.
Yeah, if you can make sense, if you can follow, like we're done with the timeline. Well, that's easy.
24 is where the movie takes place now. Yes.
So Bruce Willis's character's still alive?
Yes, it's 5 years after
5
he
years
dropped the
later,
Q-bomb, and he's just grizzled, like drinking booze at this bar.
Just a bitter man.
Bitterly, yeah. But he's not acting. He's not acting at all. He's just standing.
Q-bomb.
He's just sitting there drinking booze. That's it.
Okay. Of course he is.
Yeah.
So okay. Okay.
Let's see. Then there's like a commander guy that shows up. Who's the commander guy? Oh,
Isn't that Frank Grillo?
Is that Frank Grillo?
I don't remember.
No, he's
like
the
I said, it was a
general.
nothing sandwich.
Yeah, God, I don't fucking remember. Somebody from the military shows up and says, "Hey, Bruce Willis,
we need you.
We need you. We just got first contact."
No, you're right. You're right. It's not Frank Grillo.
No, it's not Frank Grillo.
Frank Grillo is known as General Ryle.
Yeah, it's not the general. No, it's like a commander guy. And he's like, "Oh, I thought and then Bruce was like, "I thought I was out, but whatever."
Here I go again.
Yeah. So then he begrudgingly with his friend goes back to this military base, which also just looks like a standard generic like studio they hollowed out to make look like a warehouse to make look like a military base. Like there's still chain link fences around and stuff like that. I would think that the US or whatever the alliance military would have a little bit more protection of their corporate or their military operations than just
their military complexes would be better.
Whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
And then so basically we meet up with the chief scientist lady, who I think is Bruce Willis's ex-wife, apparently.
There's some flirtation there that is a little confusing.
They have a history. I don't really get it, whatever. But basically, she's the one that's being like, okay, like we have first contact. We're trying to determine that they could be a good species. They could be, they
could just be a misunderstanding.
Yeah, it could be a misunderstanding. Right. Like because we still don't know what happened to the crew, right?
Right.
And then let's see, we get introduced to an engineer lady who is about to go. She's about to go off her shift, and then her boss, her commander, calls her back, like, "Oh, sorry, like we got a thing. We need you to come here, and we need you to build a Q bomb." And she's like, "What? Like, are you serious? Build another?"
No, not build it. It's to activate it.
Activate it. That's right. She's like, yeah, because they're gonna get another Q bomb just in case they need it. Just right.
This is why General Blood is coming. Or the Blood.
Yeah, because he did it once.
Yes.
Right. General Blood. Right. I like that better.
General Blood, sure.
Well, at some point, and this is probably jumping ahead, at some point somebody makes an offhand comment about like, "Oh yeah, you like did all of this, blah blah blah, and now we're gonna come, like you killed millions, thousands, God knows how many,
Millions.
Do you like really have it in? He's like, I already did it, dude. So shut up. Like he basically gets challenged for like how ruthless he is, or like does he have the stomach to do it again? It's like you think he doesn't have the stomach to do it again because he's not acting as if he can't handle it.
This made him bitter, not like
this didn't.
Right.
I guess
no. Yeah, he doesn't really have any regrets. Like it doesn't show. He does. He's just
kind of, and I can't decide if that was intentional or good writing, or if it just is completely an accident that instead of making him a broken man, he's just
boring. You know, there's pathos there, but it's entirely uninteresting. You know, it's not like I don't whatever. He's just a generic grizzled guy who's like, oh, who's
done some bad shit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's like whatever. Who cares? He's not really acting in this movie. Like that's it. Like there's no.
Well, that's a lot of what I've heard about this movie is he's not really acting. He just kind of sleepwalking.
He doesn't really change his face at all. And this isn't like a Dread kind of thing where Carl Urban just, like.
Yeah.
Carl Urban's in Dread?
Yeah, he's Dread.
He's Dread.
He's the law,
He's Dread?
Yeah, he is the law.
I love you, Carl, but I just can't see it.
Oh, man, we gotta watch it. Oh,
my God.
Is
it good?
It's good, yeah.
Yes. I caught this is totally off random, but I caught when I was sitting in a car dealership getting my car serviced not too long ago, I caught the tail end of the remake of Total Recall, and it just completely misses the point of the original.
It's not great. No, Dread is fantastic, and I do believe I have it somewhere if you guys want to borrow it.
Ooh,
like how long ago we borrowed Fast and Furious from you and never get it back.
We got through it though.
We did get through it.
I have it back, don't I? If I don't, it's okay.
Did we not?
Because I said, hey, take this back, and you're like, no, just keep it. And I'm like,
just keep it.
I have digital copies of all of it.
Right, that's exactly what you said.
Yeah. So I'm not like it's not that wasn't a big deal. And actually, I think I have a digital copy of Dread too. So it doesn't really matter.
Okay. All right. I guess I gotta get back on this movie, huh?
Yeah, back to the movie.
Let's talk about a bad movie, not a good movie.
Right. Let's see. I'm trying to remember the order of events here. We
met the team. They're bringing everyone to the base,
basically, and then the mining ship comes back to Earth with the crew.
This is so stupid. This is where it really gets dumb.
Yeah. So then we find out that they decontaminate the crew or whatever, they let them on, but they're like standing still and not responding to any words, right?
And they look pale. They look a little zombie like.
They look like they're almost like they're possessed by something or whatever, right? Like I don't know, but like all of like the military dudes are just like, hey, is everything okay? Like walks up to them and then like starts tapping them or something, whatever. And then that's when they go ballistic and they're like, oh no, it's the aliens. And they're
who could have seen this?
Have black eyes. And they start, basically chaos ensues. And then basically the chaos ensues while Bruce and the science lady are talking, and they're like, oh shit, like gotta grab a gun and gotta start doing stuff. And it's just really bad choreographed shooting. John Wick. This is not like this. The action cuts all over the place. You don't really follow anything. People just it just cuts to guys shooting at a random angle and then cross cut to random guy falling down or random alien falling down or whatever. But when I say aliens, it's just dudes. It's just dudes with black eyes. Like that's it.
Is there? Right? What is that? The yell.
A Wilhelm scream.
Wilhelm scream. Yeah.
There is no Wilhelm scream.
Damn.
We would have taken a drink for it.
We would have. Yeah.
I was hoping.
And then meanwhile, back at the ranch, the fucking Frank Grillo.
Oh yeah, he's in this movie. I kept saying that. Oh yeah, you're in that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to remember. So Frank Grillo shows up at the facility like right when this is all kicking off, and he's the general, and they let him in or whatever. He's like, all right. Or like they let him in. He's like, all right, we got to lock down the whole entire place. And then so basically Bruce Willis is fighting on one side, Frank Grillo is fighting on the other side, and it's all going to shit. But so I think they eventually contain the threat. I think they kill all of the survivors of the crew. And then they're like, okay, we need a new play. Oh no. And then we get introduced to Frank Grillo's nephew.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize he was a nephew until way later.
And that was like a whole thing. Is that he's this kid. What's his actor is Brandon Thomas Lee, and he does not have a Wikipedia page. So
this is awesome because I just looked him up.
Yeah.
Do you know who he's the son of?
Is he related to Bruce Lee?
Nope.
No.
Okay, good. I'm like, because he's dead.
Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee.
Oh, that Lee.
He's the son of Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. I am losing my mind at this cast, by the way.
I mean,
I'm looking at this cast as we're talking.
In the good way or the bad way?
Oh, in a good way, because everybody is related to somebody in some way, shape, or form. So Brandon Thomas Lee is the son of Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee. And then we've got Trevor Gretzky.
Trevor Gretzky, like Wes and Wayne Gretzky, like
as Wayne Gretzky's son.
No way. What?
Yep, he played Felix Zand.
Yeah, not important.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah. The best character is Adelaide Kane.
Okay.
She's the science engineer who was about to go on leave, and then they're like, nope, you can't go. You're still on base. We need you to prep the Q bomb.
Are you related to someone?
I have no idea, but she acts circles around everyone.
Yeah, right. She's the only one that's like actually trying. You know?
Adelaide Kane, I'm so sorry you were in this movie, but you are a very, very, very bright spot in this movie.
I would not call her very. Whatever, it's fine.
Well, she's like. I'm invested in her character. They gave her nothing to work with, but you know what? At least she makes it. I think she's doing her best, and I think her best is I hope you're in more things. I hope this didn't hurt your career.
She's been in a ton of things actually. Great. She was in The Purge, just because she's been in a bunch of TV shows for a lot of episodes, including Once Upon a Time. She's reoccurring on SEAL Team.
Okay.
So she's been in a bunch of stuff. She was also in Power Rangers RPM.
RPM? Who'd she play in RPM? That's one of the best series.
Tanea 7, Tanea 15.
Oh, she's a main villain character who's actually Tanaya. She's secretly the turned cyborg sister of the main character who's the Black Ranger Dylan.
Well, she was in 32 episodes of that.
Yeah, because she's like one of the main characters.
Yeah. So
all right.
You're welcome for that.
I knew she was talented.
Powering through. Let's see. Oh yeah, Brandon Thomas Lee is Frank Grillo's nephew, and he's the upstart soldier who like wants more action. But
yeah, he's ready to be a man.
Like, he's ready to get in and get his glory, and then he's like no, like Frank Grillo's like no, like you stay behind, like because they're going to what is it their backup plan is like all right, well
we're just
gonna deal with these aliens, but go to their homeworld and blow them the fuck up,
nuke it. Yeah, that's it. And throughout the film, they're kind of like 36 minutes since first contact.
Yes,
47 minutes since first contact.
They do that thing like where like the new scene. It's been 49 minutes since first contact. They kind of forget that halfway through the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say this doesn't go anywhere, of course. But they have that as a kind of hanging over our heads. And yeah, as Andre says, it's like, okay, well, the team came back. We were obviously not prepared to think they could be corrupted because we're morons.
Right, which is so dumb.
So let's go to home planet and just wipe them away. And I'll say at this point, we have no idea what these aliens look like.
Yeah, right. We have not seen anything besides black eyes from the crew. That's it. That's the only
they can't
unnatural
talk
thing we've seen.
as
right?
far
they
as
didn't
we
talk.
know.
They didn't say we will take over your world or whatever. But they're like,
yeah.
I mean, I do kind of appreciate that they're just like, yeah, all right, we're just gonna have to kill them all dead. Like nothing for it, but
nothing for it.
That.
Sorry, drop it.
So they're like basically getting together a ragtag, like a crew to get teleported over to. I think they found out like that they're coming through on the Elora colony, right? One of the 3 colonies that they have. So they're going to bring Bruce Willis, have him drop the Q bomb, go home, call it a day. And then basically the nephew, Brandon Thomas Lee, argues himself onto the crew, and then the doctor lady and Bruce Willis are basically arguing of like, arguing about the morality of the choice. And that's like what this movie tries to hang its hat on. Is like, is it morally correct to commit genocide on an entire alien race, which is just the most like, I don't know.
There's just not enough weight in here to like.
There's no weight. So the question itself is just so silly, and there's no nuance to it at all. And yes, there's not enough weight to it at all, right? Like Bruce Willis is not acting well enough to let us believe that he has any sort of pathos or regrets or any sort of storied history beyond, I dropped this big ass bomb is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I did. Yeah.
Andre, did you mention the space gate? That's what they're coming through. There's the space gate.
Oh, they're going through the space gate. Okay, got it. Right, because they like have to configure the space gate and they jump through it and then
that's how they get to the colony.
God, okay, got it. I really started to fade by this point of the movie because I had no idea where it was going. But
okay, so the doctor.
Yes.
Is it Terry Reeves?
Yes.
We never hear her name.
No. The actress is Perry Reeves. Yes.
The actress is Perry Reeves, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so she's been in a bunch of shit. I'm still down the rabbit hole. Her paternal grandfather, Hazard Reeves, was a sound pioneer who introduced magnetic stereophonic sound to films.
Wow, this is Nepotism, the movie.
And her maternal great-grandfather, James H. Hughes, was a U.S. senator.
Whoa, okay. Well.
Also, she was the girlfriend to David Duchovny.
David Duchovny? I recognize that name.
David Duchovny.
Okay.
This is literally Nepotism, the movie, and I'm loving every second of it.
Yep.
I'm sorry that I keep going down the rabbit hole.
No, that's okay, because Andre and I clearly did not do our homework.
Yeah, well, I didn't recognize anybody besides Bruce Willis, and
I'm just getting ready behind the bad on our TikTok for this because I have so much to go with.
Yeah. Let's see. They decide. So basically, they're like, "Whoa, what? Like, that's a big moral quandary that they're in, or whatever." But whatever. They go. They fucking send. They fucking suit up, and these suits look so fucking lame. Like they look like styrofoam. Fucking like Halo cosplay. Like it looks like bad Halo cosplay.
You get angry on this.
Oh, Andre was really upset about.
I'm not like it was like really upset. It was just more like
you were not
lame as hell.
You were not thrilled at the discount Spartans.
Yeah, so like they basically have discount. Like they basically has discount Spartan chest plates, but like the way that the actors move, like you don't believe that it's any sort of metal, you know? It's
but that's what I'm saying though, is I find it funny when you get mad about things because you just go, they fucking the fucking thing and fuck this.
Fucking fuck.
Exactly.
I don't know what else to say, man. Fuck. This is.
I mean, we haven't even talked about the sniper rifle lady.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet. So we do the space jump, right? And apparently they don't go in a ship. They're just they quantum leap or whatever through it. And the engineer lady is like, oh, like, you know, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get there. Like it'll be fine or whatever. Like, yeah, look, we'll be right on the planet surface. It'll be totally fine. And then it isn't fine because they teleport and they're all just flying with spacesuits on, like outside, like on the planet's surface, like in the planet's orbit. So the squad gets separated. I think the engineer and
they come down. There's did you? I zoned out. Did you mention that like they come through space and there's a fighting happening in space?
Yes, because they're fighting. Okay,
there's dog fighting happening
in space. So now we've established that the aliens have spaceships. Yeah, they have space machines and they're fighting the human space machines. So it's like, okay, I guess there's starfaring.
We think we don't actually get 100% confirmation.
No, they don't say like they just like, oh, there's fighting here. They don't ever.
Yeah,
they
don't address it. They never say that if the enemy ships are actually from the aliens.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But
it's all just background. You know, like they're just fighting in the background. Like we don't see anything about them.
They come through space. The space gate, they see it. So they're getting space warfare is happening. So that's how they get separated, is that like they basically get blasted out of the atmosphere down to the planet. So they think everybody, like 3 people land together and they're like, okay, well, I guess everybody else is dead. So sad. Well, we got to keep moving on. And this is where
what's really kind of cool.
More characters.
And this Alora place, like it's really cool. It looks, what's really fascinating about it is that it looks exactly like the Pacific Northwest. So it's literally just like,
it really does look like the Pacific Northwest.
But like this, like you don't know that they're on an alien planet. Like it's like, well, what's so fascinating is that 300 years from now we find a planet that's so similar to ours that we could cohabitate on it, you know, without having to terraform it, right?
Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, it's all just the entire state of Washington, just the whole planet. It's really cool, very fascinating.
There are the vampire boys in the forest.
No, there are no vampire boys. I wish. So damn. Yeah, basically, what is it? So they land there. They're split up. We don't know. They assume that Bruce Willis and Frank Grillo are dead.
And a few other characters.
The scientist lady is gone too. So it's just
Lady Engineer,
Bruce Willis's friend, and then the nephew, the hothead nephew, right?
Yes.
So Sol Cantos, Brandon Thomas Lee. Okay.
Yeah, let's see. No, so they meet up with Sol Cantos. She's a soldier that's that's stationed there or whatever, and they basically like they start shooting, and they have to shoot at people that I guess are taken over by aliens. We don't know, right? Were those people taken over by aliens?
The people in the Lord of the Ring robes?
No. Or were they the Lord of the Ring robes? Okay, yeah.
They were.
Yeah. So like basically on the planet, like we finally see the aliens, and the aliens are in these knockoff ring wraith robes. Like that's it. Like they look like we don't see their faces. Like they just have a hood on with some
so they
Sauron
just stole
gloves.
Costumes from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like literally they went to Spirit Halloween, got some ring wraith costumes. And
it's very confusing.
Yeah, so like these aliens are ring wraiths, and then knockoff ring wraiths. They also have starships, and they also take over people and turn their eyes black and take over their minds. So they're also parasites. I don't know.
Borg. Got it.
We don't but really
know. So no, because the Borg have this whole thing where like when somebody's borged up, like you can see like they're borged up. They're cyborgs, right? It's like they're all about machines.
Okay,
What I'm trying to say is the Borgs have a more cohesive aesthetic and ability set. You know what I'm saying?
The girl from the Rick and Morty episode where she's the planet, like she controls all the people on the planet.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
That's Rick's love interest. Fucking holy shit.
Rick has a love interest?
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. It's a very good episode.
I didn't know about that.
Unity, I think.
Unity, yes.
Not Trinity.
Unity.
Well, right. So that whole episode is that Unity is like a cosmic force that just mind controls entire planets at a time.
Unity? Isn't that what Steppenwolf wants to bring about with the mother boxes?
Yes. Maybe he just wants to fuck Unity just like Rick does, but whatever, it's fine.
I think he definitely does want to get spanked by Unity.
Yeah. Anyways, it's like that, but like I guess so. There's just no cohesiveness to these aliens. We don't. Whatever, it's fine. Who cares? So they shoot the aliens.
Who cares?
And then they meet up with another faction, another set of soldiers, human soldiers that are on there, and one of them is Sol Cantos. She's the lady on the cover of the poster with the sniper rifle, and by God, this sniper rifle looks goddamn terrible.
It really does.
I'm gonna go back to my fucking bitching about the set design. It looks like a styrofoam gun.
She just walks around with it very casually.
No weight, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, a lady can't hold a big ass sniper rifle. No, it's not that. It's more like the thing looks like. The way she carries it makes it look like it weighs like maybe 5 pounds. So it just it's not convincing at all that this thing is a weapon that can really hurt anything.
Yeah.
You ready for a fun fact about the poster while we're talking about this?
Okay, sure. Go for it.
Yeah, hit us up. I love poster facts.
The Bruce Willis image on the poster. Yeah, that's from Live Free or Die Hard. They just reused it.
Oh my God.
You gotta be shitting me, really?
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's so lazy.
I mean, he does look a little younger in that poster. You're right. So.
Yep. They just reused that image according to the IMDb trivia facts.
That is hilarious.
Wow.
Yep. So, yeah.
That's an Owen Wilson. Wow.
Wow. All right. Yeah. I derailed us for a second. More so we could get a commercial break in.
Okay.
Because we also have to do a shout out to our friend that got it correct.
Yeah. Somebody guessed this?
Yeah.
Somebody guessed this. It took a while. It did take a while. And we did get pretty funny guesses because the first thing that popped up when I looked up cosmic was these purple crystals floating through space.
Okay.
And so people said things like Guardians of the Galaxy because the purple Infinity Stone. Somebody goes, I think the purple's a red herring or a purple herring. I think it's Green Lantern.
Oh, wow.
But our friend Movies for Real podcast.
Cool.
And their Twitter account is @moviesforrealpod. He got it correct. He wanted us to shout out his Twitter, as well as he has his own movie podcast, and his next episode that he's going to be doing, he's going to be reviewing Scream 2022, which I am really looking forward to myself.
Yeah,
that's exciting. Good for you, dude.
Shout out to him. We're going to take a quick commercial break and come back with some more thoughts about Cosmic Sun. And we're back. All right, Andre, I distracted you long enough. Get your thoughts together.
Let's fucking go. We're gonna power through this. We got a half hour to go. Holy shit! In this movie runtime, I mean. All right, so all right, so we the one of the team the nephew and the mechanic and everybody team up with the other soldiers, and they're trying to get back to their base so they can stabilize the Q bomb and get ready to fuck shit up with it.
Yeah, they only have so long before the Q bomb is going to go off.
Yes, and then we pan over to Bruce Willis.
Surprise, he's not
alive.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah,
he's with somebody else, right?
Yeah. Oh, maybe he's still with. Maybe I fucked it up and he's with his friend Dash. Maybe Dash wasn't. Yeah, I think Dash is still. Yeah, because I think it's just the mechanic lady and the nephew, and then Dash is with Bruce Willis still. He's the one that yanks them. Like okay. Bruce was like in a cave or something, and they have like they try to do this cool like, oh man, it's trippy. He doesn't know what's going on.
He has like a vision, but it's not clear. It's a vision. We don't really know what we don't really know.
Like he's like being like and then like he's having a vision of like the doctor lady, and it's like, oh, it's like kind of unclear if he's in his right mind or whatever. And then his friend comes, grabs him, and yanks him. And I was like, we gotta go. We gotta regroup. Blah 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 blah. And so he's like, all right, yeah, sure. And then I think there's some more shooting. I don't remember. It's all so badly directed, dude. Like I feel like I'm not dwelling enough on the fact that you have no idea what's going on shot for shot in this movie. It's just really awkward cuts all over the place. And it's one of those things where like, I'm not a director. I have never worked on a movie before. So it's really easy for me to criticize without giving specific points. But like, you can just tell that like the action is so messy. You have no idea what the through line of a scene is. And it's so,
the thing that really hurts it is we just don't understand. Like, so we know what the humans are doing. The humans are on this planet to kill all the aliens, but we don't know anything about these aliens. We don't know what they look like. We don't know what they want.
We have not talked to the aliens at all.
Yeah, no contact has actually been made.
Besides just, I guess these guys are taking over the aliens and they're shooting at us now. Like that's the only interaction.
They're not friendly. That's all we know.
Yeah. Like,
and I guess that's enough.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the guy that directed this apparently loves working with Bruce Willis, because this is like the 4th or 5th movie they've worked together.
Jesus, really? Did he like blackmail Bruce Willis or something? Like
maybe.
I think Bruce Willis, this was just a pay cut. This was a paycheck. Like, being on set, Andre, like when you make fun of, like when you do your impersonation of him in the air duck.
Come out to the
Die Hard. Exactly.
Together, have a few laughs.
Come out to the studio, wear some costumes, we'll have a few laughs, you'll get paid, call it a day.
That's what I'm starting to think, because like literally they've been together for 4 movies, and 3 of the 4, because the other one is completed and hasn't been released yet, are terrible. Yeah. So all right. I don't know.
Yeah. So where are we? So we've reconnected with Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah, Bruce Willis is back and friends.
We still don't have eyes on Frank Grillo.
Right. Well,
in this movie too, and Science Lady.
Yes, and Science Lady. But isn't this time like somehow I think like?
No, it happens later. So they're making their way towards this
comm
this
tower, right?
The comm tower, because that's what they're going to do to load the Q bomb into the thing, so then they can shoot it at the space
detonate the gateway to seal off everybody, all the aliens coming through.
Yeah, they know it's basically a suicide mission.
Yes.
Right. So the engineer girl gets there. And that's when Frank Grillo finally makes contact with her, and he is still in space.
Yes, he's like, I'm still up here.
Never came down.
He's just talking from space now, so he's just talking from behind a green screen, and he's like telling the engineer lady, being like, if you shoot the Q bomb into me, I may be able to like fly over and detonate it myself. I have enough juice to kickstart it or whatever. And he's like, don't tell my nephew Brandon Thomas Lee. Because he's not ready for that. Yeah, exactly. Just let him think I'm still dead. Blah.
It'll be easier this way.
It'll be easier, and then whatever. And I don't know.
She's like, oh, that's really horrible. Okay.
Yeah, she's like, what? No. All right, sure. Blah. All right, so we get this plan together, and then oh gosh, plot twist. The doctor lady shows up, but she's all taken over by the aliens now.
Oh, no.
They got her. Who could have seen this coming?
And then we flash back to when Bruce Willis was on that, like flashback to when Bruce Willis was having that vision. It was because we saw the ring wraith person grab the doctor lady and put alien goo on her face, and then she was like, "Oh God, I'm an alien."
Wait, he gooed in her face?
Yeah. He literally like just put like war paint on her.
War paint. Yeah, it looked like a war. Like he reached into like a cup or something, like of black goo, and just like smeared her face with like war paint style. And apparently that's
how the possession works.
Yeah.
He kept his load and then put it in a cup and then put it on her later.
I mean, whatever. I don't know, dude. I'm sure the
I
director's
just
cut
want
we
to get
find
the
out
pun
more.
of he gooed in her face.
Well, it was not
he
great.
Painted goo on her face.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah.
We're moving on. The Dr. Lady's
aliens are not
now.
fuckable.
Yeah.
Not these aliens. These
They're
aliens don't
not.
have enough personality to be fuckable.
And so then finally, through the possessed doctor, we have some dialogue from the aliens.
They
and
can
they're
talk.
Like, they can talk, and they're like, "Wahaha, we're evil. I'm going to kill all of the humans, and there's nothing you can do to stop us." Therefore, erasing any sort of moral quandary we had with, "Oh man, maybe we shouldn't."
Yeah, guess what? They deserve it anyway.
Yeah, right. Like I don't understand what the point was of them, like the movie trying to make people feel bad about like, oh, is it our cosmic sin to kill all these aliens?
Yeah.
And it's like, but the aliens are just mustache-twirly evil. They're not defending their home world. They're just, we want to take over the human race. Wah, 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 wah.
That pun was awful, and I feel like it's the same level as the writing of this movie.
No, that's what it wasn't a pun. That wasn't a fucking joke. Like it's literally what they say. It's like it's our cosmic sin. I wasn't joking. Like that was like that's the dialogue from
that's
that movie.
the title drop.
That's the title drop.
They did it.
Yeah. No, you thought I was riffing. No, that's what they said. Yeah, man.
Everything hurts.
Yeah.
Everything. No, this movie is just so when we're not even done yet. But some things that just annoyed the crap out of me is that this reminded me of a Doctor Who special that aired right at the end of David Tennant's run, Waters of Mars. Which, quick synopsis, the Doctor lands on Mars at the same time that the first human settlement colony is there, and they're doing sciencey things, and they make contact with an alien and things happen, and the Doctor has to make the moral decision because he knows about this is a fixed point in time. He has to make the moral choice of, do I sit back and let history play out the way it's intended, or do I break the code I've set for myself / the code of the Time Lords, the cosmic sin, and interfere with history. That's the plot.
I remember this episode. Yeah,
so much better than this movie.
Yeah.
And then I recently read a sci-fi duology that also dealt with, not necessarily first contact. Humanity had already made contact with aliens, but once again, that moral quandary of, well, they attacked us. Do we wipe them out and commit genocide as retaliation and to protect ourselves, or do we keep trying to find ways to survive that also keeps this alien race alive as well? Those are moral problems. This is like, well, we don't know if these aliens are bad or not, but all we've seen of the aliens is that they're killing each other on the ground and in space. Wow, this is a really hard decision. We really need the blood general for this.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a moral quandary. That sounds like a
it sounds like that sucks. You're having a bad day. Sorry you didn't get your leave.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. So we're still going.
We're still going. Movie's almost over, thankfully.
Yeah, I don't even know what resolves about this. They monologue at each other a little bit, and then I think Bruce Willis just fucking shoots her, right? Like, isn't that it?
I think he shoots her.
Yeah,
that seems right.
I don't remember. I don't know. And
Who cared? Who cared at the end?
And then there's it's a boring ass fight, and then they're like, oh, like, well, we like, it struggles to push the button to send the Q bomb up to hit.
She doesn't actually really struggle. She just does it.
Yeah, and then Frank Grillo is like, like, oh, I got the Q bomb, and then like flies into the gate, and then the gate gets destroyed. Whoa. And then hopeful music plays, the gate closes behind, it causes a black hole, and the gate collapses inside of it, and it wipes out the whole entire attack fleet of the aliens.
Yes. Oh, and just for clarification, the aliens are on the other side of the space gate. They've come through, and now they're on Elvira, or whatever the planet's called.
Elora.
Elora.
Yeah.
So that's why the space gate. So as far as we know, them for sending the Q bomb through has destroyed everything.
Right. Oh, now I remember. No, it's Brax. It's the nephew that like finally does it. Like that does the push button. He says goodbye.
Oh, so like he knows.
Was he there? I forgot if he was there or not.
Yeah, no, he was there because he finds out. He's like, there's got to be another way. We got to do this in a different way. And then he's like, there is no other way.
There is no other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really gets over this moral quandary pretty fast.
And he's like, okay, fine. And then that's it. Oh, that's right. He does that, and then he has this weird scene like where he walks out and he goes and like has a fist fight with the ring wraith guy, right? Because he's all pissed off. He has
they settle this mono on mono.
Yeah, and then he just punches him, and then that's it, and then it's over, and then he's dead.
Over.
And then we have our denouement. We have like, you know, we the gate gets wiped out, and then we cut back to 1 week later, and Bruce Willis is drinking at a bar with all of the cast that survived, and then he has a flashback to the doctor, and he's like thinks about the doctor for a little bit.
They could have been great.
Could have been great. What a pair. And then he just looks on, takes a shot, and then just leaves, and then that's the end.
Credits.
There roll credits. And he has the same fucking face the entire goddamn movie.
Yeah, emoting is not his strong point in this movie. I'll say that him and Frank Grillo probably shared maybe 10 to 12 minutes
that's
of screen
the weird
time
part.
together.
Like you have two like relatively big stars. You know, I'd say Frank Grillo's pretty big, right?
I think he's pretty
back
big.
to China Salesman, where it's Mike Tyson and
that's honestly what it felt like. Where it's like you have those two guys on the cover, but they don't share the screen barely at all.
No, they really don't.
And they probably exchange 3 sentences of dialogue tops. You know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're like, he's like, I think he's like the general says like, oh, glad you're here, blood general, and that's it, you know?
Yeah, you know, we need we need someone who can do the job. You can do the job.
Yeah, and that's it. There's no like, you know, there's no dynamic between them. There's no chemistry with anybody on this fucking movie.
No, it's also stupid.
Yeah. Well, like, okay,
right.
I'm fine with stupid. It's just that it was
boring.
It's
stupid and it's meaningless.
Yeah, like it's.
And I'm not saying China Salesman is this deep thought piece, but like this is. I've said it 3 times. This is a nothing sandwich.
Way more fun watching China Salesman than this. China Salesman was just so ridiculous and
China
stupid.
Salesman was ridiculous. Yes, exactly. That's a great way to put it.
The cardinal sin of this movie is that they believe this is way too serious for how little efforts are put into other things.
It's just joyless. It's a joyless movie. There's no like, you try to have this grit, but then it's like, okay, but you don't do it. Like it's not well acted enough to like have a convincing, you know, I don't know, man. None of this movie works at all. Like it's not a good, like deep sci-fi story. It doesn't push any sort of interesting questions.
Which is fair because, like, well, the biggest sin I feel like you can commit is being boring.
Yeah. And this is it, man. It's right here.
This is the biggest cosmic sin.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
So
way to bring it full circle. Wow, that's
welcome.
Crazy.
You're welcome. I was working on that.
I literally, and the first thing I thought of after we watched this, I was like, I would rather watch the Humanity Bureau starring Nicolas Cage than this movie. Right?
I've never
was
seen
my first
that.
bad movie. Yeah, I watched that.
I
watched that before.
The first bad movie.
What's that?
That was the first bad movie.
That was the first bad movie.
The movie that started it all, one could say.
The movie that started it all.
Yeah. That movie is better than this one. That one was at least more fun, even though it was still very bad. But this one is just, damn, dude. And yeah, I don't know. It just uninspired and nothing really works. Not even on an action level and a dumb
it's very
sci-fi
boring. Yeah,
shoot the aliens
boring.
level. It's boring and bad.
Well, especially as a sci-fi movie, it shouldn't be boring.
Well, right.
Yeah.
And none of the parts like again, the only part that makes it sci-fi is the really bad green screen you see of the space shots where, you know, Frank Grillo is talking, you got to shoot the Q-bomb at me. What's that? Sorry?
Otherwise, we're in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, that's right, exactly, and it's just dudes in military fatigues. That's it, you know, like
we did.
And really bad plastic styrofoam,
weaponry,
fake metal chest plates and weaponry, and that's it. You know,
as much as we are given with that epic timeline at the beginning, it really like the world building just stops.
Yes, right. They try to have that world building and then they just don't anymore. It's very bizarre. Yep.
All right, what do you guys rate it?
Oh God!
I have a recording of Andre's review from 2 nights ago. Was it 2 nights ago? Yeah, it was 2 nights ago. I don't remember what you said that, but it was a really low number.
This is a 0.12357 robot bartenders out of 5.
Wow.
There we go.
Okay. 0.012357.
0.123.
0.1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm getting
0.13. Yeah.
0.13. Oh, less than 1.
Less than 1.
Less than 1. Yeah, I don't know. I think the biggest
less than 1 star or less than 1% of a star?
Less than 1% of a star. It's not even like they, you know how you imagine like a little kid like trying to draw in the lines. Like this kid is like drawing on a whole other piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie
right there is an analysis.
I mean, it commits a cosmic sin of making you really think, wow, is
really
Bruce Willis a
tired
good
of us
actor?
saying the cosmic sin.
For those listening at home, take a
it.
drink every time we say cosmic sin.
Oh God!
I'm going to include that at the beginning of this episode.
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
They have to. The opportunity is too good here. I'd take a drink every time. And we were drinking. We were drinking tiki drinks called the Trade Winds while we watched this.
Oh, that was the best part of this film. Was
the drinks.
We made a Joel was kind enough to get me a tiki cocktail book for Christmas, and we've been kind of breaking it in. So,
well, are you ready for the next bad movie?
No.
You know why?
Why?
It's been 15 episodes.
Oh my!
Now that we've split into 2 different segments, we are at episode 45 next episode.
Okay.
Normally, the group watches a bad movie together. Are you guys ready?
Okay,
yeah.
What's the bad movie? Have you picked it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, it's gotta be. It has to be like one of those the tent poles of badness, right?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll think about it.
I was about to say I don't want to commit to anything on the record right now, but we have some thinking to do.
Yeah.
Well, especially because we do have our guessing game, so let's not reveal on this episode. If people listen in, they get an unfair advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the group bad movie. Hopefully next time.
Oh, maybe we can watch in New Orleans if we have, for whatever reason.
Oh, come on, man. Let's not waste time like that.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I think we should watch it before New Orleans.
We're all together. Never.
We also have a full month before New Orleans almost.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get episodes out. No, content.
Oh God, we're content
with a capital
machines.
C.
Yes, exactly. All right, now that we've talked about that we're going to do a bad movie together. We do have a little bit of time. So why don't we don't normally do this, but why don't we do a little hashtag cash or trash on this episode?
Okay.
Jill, you had one that you wanted to start with.
Yeah. I'm gonna cash cha-ching on season 6 of Queer Eye on Netflix.
Ooh,
I finished it this morning. And it's Queer Eye. It's a known formula at this point. The Fab Five show up. The hero of the week or the day, depending on how you're watching Queer Eye, is usually someone who just is not giving the love that they give to other people to themselves. They need help with their confidence. They need help with being kinder to who they are, and all these things. And, Karamo, Anthony, Bobby, Jonathan Van Ness, and Tan just work their wonderful gay magic and are just they're just wonderful, a nice bright magic. I mean that's what they are. They're fairy gay mothers. I'm pretty sure they refer to them as at some point in the series. They're just a nice bright sparkling star on a pretty shitty way to started 2022. Omicron's still around. We had Connecticut got hit with an ice storm and the state lost its shit. But on my little corner of Netflix, everything is nice and sunny in Austin, Texas, where the season of Queer Eye happens. So cash.
That's in Texas.
Yeah.
Andre, do you have one?
I mean, just a quick shout out because we're only literally 1 episode in. We gotta keep going on it. Is the Witcher season 2? We finally picked that up.
Nice.
Because we finished out Ogretsko, which was also great.
It was really good. I liked this season a lot.
And the Witcher 2. I mean, The Witcher season 2. It starts off strong. Hey, it was kind of building up to Geralt and Ciri finally, reuniting, and it's exciting. I'm curious to see where the story goes now that nice. We have at least 2 of the trio back together. So yeah, the first episode was solid enough, and we're looking forward to watching the rest of it. Yeah,
nice. I got an unusual one because I haven't really been watching a ton of stuff in a sense. On Twitter, I got involved with hashtag Bale's 2022 Film Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this Twitter account I can't remember it off the top of my head, but he deserves his just dues. His last name is Bales. He releases every month a movie challenge, where it's just like the month of the year. Each day is a different film of some variety, and the goal is to watch 365 movies. There's not a chance in hell that I'm going to be able to do that, and I already think I'm behind, and it's day 8. So each day is something different. So for example, day 1 of the 2022 film challenge was Ellis Island Day. So you had to watch a film where Ellis Island can be seen in a movie.
Okay.
Anybody got any votes?
Wait, what's the movie with Tom Cruise and shit. No, blinking on her name. She's in the new Lucille Ball movie.
Nicole Kidman,
where they're like, they come to America and it's like the Great Expansion West.
Oh.
And he's a poor dude and she's rich. I watched it in my 7th grade history class because we were learning about the second wave of immigration. What is this called? Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman movies. Wow, the internet already knows what I'm trying to find. It's called Far and Away.
Far and Away. Okay.
I believe they land on Ellis Island.
Okay. That was not the first one that popped into my head.
Yeah,
well, maybe
no,
they
I
land
don't
in
know.
Boston.
I'm totally drawing a blank, to be honest with you.
I mean,
well,
go for it.
I watched An American Tale, Fievel Goes West.
That's
wow. Yep.
Fievel Goes West? No, just the first one. They're already on in America.
Tale. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Fievel Goes West is the second one.
You're right. I did put American Tale. Never mind. Sorry, I'm mixing my movies together. But yeah, it's been fun. There's been some interesting ones. Main character's last name is Smith because of National Smith Day. That was a tougher one to think of besides
Smith Day?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, right?
I know, that was the first one that popped in my head for that
Mr.
one.
Smith goes to Washington.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, that's another good one.
Pocahontas, John Smith.
Day 5, yes, Claire said Pocahontas as well. Day 5 was whipped cream day. So you needed whipped cream in a movie.
Oh, the college movie with Freddie Prinze Jr. where he like covers himself in shaving cream and like makes his dick look like a banana sundae.
Okay, there's that. There was also the Chris Evans. He's Not Another Teen movie.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Could be.
I don't know. I've never actually seen Not Another Teen movie.
But I actually watched the one that inspired it. I watched what's it called? Varsity Blues, which I've never
heard
watched
of
before.
that. Wait, isn't that the thing that made Friday Night Lights, or is Friday Night Lights what made Friday Night Lights?
It very much is similar in that aspect. It's amazing, the cast. So the starting quarterback that gets injured at the start of the season is Paul Walker.
Yes.
The backup quarterback is James Vanderbeek. And has the infamous line of "I don't want your life." The head football coach is John Voight. And then the girlfriends are Allie Larder and Amy Smart. And what inspires it is Allie Larder wears a whipped cream bikini at some point during the movie.
Okay.
It's the only thing I knew about the movie before I watched it. And I enjoyed it. It was good. It's a little weird. It's goofy and fun, but it's fun. So yeah. So I'm doing the Bales 2022 film challenge. Today is someone playing God in a movie.
Morgan Freeman and Bruce Almighty.
Yeah. Or somebody already put out there Octavia Spencer in The Shack.
Yeah.
Wait, is she God in The Shack?
Does it have to be a movie or can it be a TV show?
It's supposed to be a film challenge.
Okay. I was gonna submit
wait, God or a God? Because we could do like Clash of the Titans where Liam Neeson is Zeus.
Well, it says someone playing God in a movie. It doesn't need to be somebody playing actual God. They could just be like manipulating
capital G God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they could be like manipulating people and playing God amongst people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just how you take it.
This is fun. Do you have any other ones?
I
want to do one more. I want to do one more.
I have a lot. Well, the one I want to talk about, where was it? Oh, day 14. I want to talk about the holiday more than anything. So the movie is someone has a baby in a movie.
Okay.
That's it.
A lot of movies.
The day is Cesarean Section Day, which I didn't know was a real holiday.
Star Wars Episode 3.
C-section baby day. My sister's a C-section baby.
There's also National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. So human trafficking in a movie. Some of these are not like fun. Yeah, I know. Taken immediately popped in my head. I'm probably going to watch Taken 2 because I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to watch different things.
I went on such a disappointing date to see Taken 1. Like I was guessing what was going to happen in the movie. Like, oh, that car is going to blow up. And then it did. And the dude I went on the date with was like, how did you know that?
How did you know that was going to happen?
Because that movie was so hard to figure
out. Tomorrow is Plow Monday. So a plow scene in a movie.
Snow Day. Nickelodeon Snow Day. There's like the Plowman.
I feel like there has to be a snowplow in Fargo, right?
So they just put Cold Vengeance or Cold Pursuit on Tubi, the Liam Neeson movie.
Oh yeah.
So I'm probably gonna watch that. The one that ruined his career because he said on a talk show that he was racist.
That's right. No, there was like a weird, like he made that really bizarre comment where he okay, basically admitted that he was racist, and it was like,
wait, what happens?
Somebody in his family was attacked by a African American person.
Ooh.
And he basically said when it happened, he just wanted revenge. He wanted to go out to the streets and just find a black person.
Yeah, like he said something along the lines like I had to stop myself from going out and murdering somebody, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm really happy he stopped himself from murdering someone.
Yeah, right.
Like, and I get being angry about somebody getting attacked by somebody and everything like that, and getting retribution against that person. Yeah. Doesn't matter who they are, that person. But this was like, excuse me? Right. What did you just say? Well, apparently the movie's really good, but it just got shit on because he said these comments. It's Taken with a snowplow, apparently.
Taken with a snowplow is kind of funny.
Yeah, right. So that's what's going to happen tomorrow for me. Right before National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. I guess I'm getting a double feature of Liam Neeson.
Yay!
You know what? This is things that we've been rewatching. I wonder if there's a good one where we can an upcoming day where we can find a good reason to watch Spider-Man 3, because we watched the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man not too long ago, and we're committing to the whole trilogy. But it would be really funny if there was like Bruce Campbell Day or something. I guess that would be the second movie.
So there's a cable car day. Was there a cable car in 3?
Cable car? Well, no, because it's New York.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Does he have an answering machine? Because there's a Inane answering machine day.
There might be on his like phone.
Okay.
We don't have to make.
We don't. There's International Sweatpants Day.
I feel like of all the films, the third one, he definitely would wear sweatpants.
Right.
Maybe for a little bit. We'll figure it out. I just wanted an excuse to mention that we've been rewatching the Spider-Mans.
Yep.
Well,
Spider-Man.
So day 19 is just a freebie. You can get any movie. He puts one freebie per month.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, and like there's Chocolate Cake Day, so I'm probably gonna watch
Matilda.
Matilda, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's what I'm doing is the Bales 2022 Film Challenge.
So you're gonna capture this?
I've been posting on Twitter when it happens. Yeah, I've been posting on Twitter when it happens when I watch a movie. I've truly only missed one day.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
So far. I mean, we're 8 days in the year.
Right.
So, it's going to go downhill fast whenever that is, especially when we go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm not sitting and watching a movie that day. Sorry.
Nope.
Yeah, but no, I don't think so.
Yeah, so that'll do it for this episode of Game for a Movie, where we ask, are you game for a movie? Get ready for our next bad movie episode where we all are watching one together. We're going to figure that out. I've been your host, Mike. I've been joined by
Andre
and Jill.
We'll see you next time on Game for a Movie.